And so today I'm going to talk about that one thing to get you into a winning mode, into momentum, so that you can start winning and learning from teams that are winning at high levels. And that one thing that the teams that are winning is doing is they are treating recruiting like it's a business. Welcome back to another episode of All or Nothing in Real Estate. I'm your host, Matt Smith, the founder of All or Nothing in Real Estate. As a reminder, this podcast is a movement to give back to this amazing industry that has given so much to me and my family. Guys, today I'm going to talk about something. I'm going to hit you straight here today, and I'm going to talk about something that I'm seeing in the industry. One of the things that I pride myself in and bringing you guys these messages is that I'm in the trenches right now with you. I'm not a theorist. I'm not someone that used to sell real estate. For those of you that may be new to the show, I run the number 2 team in the state of Missouri, number 45 in the nation. We will sell 800 homes this year. And I also am a coach for some of the top team leaders in the country. And so I have a pulse on what is going on. And I think it's really important that there's someone that's in this with you in the fight every single day alongside you that's sharing you real, raw, relevant information. And so, with that being said, I'm going to talk about some things that I'm seeing of teams that are winning at high levels. Because if you're listening to this, I know you want to win. And guess what? I want you to win also. But I'm also going to talk about teams that are down 30%, 50%, 70% year over year. And what I've found by studying these and having conversations with these people, because these are my friends, these are people that I know, they're in my circle. And there's a common theme, and there's one thing that the teams that are winning at a high level right now are doing. And it just so happens the teams that aren't winning at a high level and that are down 30%, 50%, 70% year over year, this one thing that the teams that are winning are doing, that is the one thing that these teams that are not winning are not doing. And so I believe success leaves clues. And so today I'm going to talk about that one thing to get you into a winning mode, into momentum, so that you can start winning and learning from teams that are winning at high levels. And that one thing that the teams that are winning is doing is they are treating recruiting like it's a business. And they have been consistently, not a one-time event, not a, hey, I hosted an event, hey, I talked to an agent, hey, I brought on 2 agents, so I'm good. They recruit agents just like you recruit buyers and you recruit sellers every day. They recruit agents every day. Now, does that mean, and I'm gonna jump right into you, yeah, buts. I love you, but let me help you. Well, Matt, I don't want to have a big team. Awesome. You still need to recruit. Well, Matt, I want to protect my culture. Awesome. You still need to recruit. Well, Matt, I don't want to just open a body shop. I want to make sure I bring in the right people. Awesome. You still need to recruit. Recruiting solves all problems. I heard that from John Cheplack at the first John Cheplack event that I ever went to, and I didn't fully understand what it meant. Let's think about it this way. What is easier to do? To get an agent who is a human to change their behavior in the changing marketplace and force them to change, or to bring in new people with new standards, with new activity, new hunger, new drive, and them start seeing results, and then everyone else fall in alignment and want to do the same activities that are producing those results. So many of us overcomplicate recruiting. We don't want to cold call. We don't know who to call. We don't know what to say. We get uncomfortable. So I've developed a solution. We've been operating this in my business for 3 years now. It's recruiting funnels that gives you a conveyor belt of recruits that raise their hand and ask if they can join your real estate team. If you're interested in learning more about a lead generation strategy that runs parallel with a real estate business, just how you run buyer and seller business, we can run your recruiting business the same way. Visit 3recruitingfunnelsbuilt.com to learn more. I remember one time I was at one of my first Cheplack events that I was at. And I was there just listening, and I heard John go on stage, and I didn't really know him that well at this time. And when John Cheplack was on stage, he said, recruiting solves all problems. I'm like, what in the hell is this guy trying to sell me? That's bullshit. What is he trying to sell me? Sorry, John, but that's what I thought. Come to find out, the more experience that I've gained, the more that I have grown and supported my team during these challenging times, good times, middle times, challenging times, and having a pulse in the industry from my peers that have become great friends that are running teams and my coaching clients that are running amazing teams. What I've found is John Cheplack was right. I have yet to find a problem in a business that recruiting does not solve. And so if you are not serious about recruiting, you are missing the boat. And and there's different levels to this. So I want to break this down so people understand. A lot of times when I start sharing, start talking about recruiting, people like run away from me because they don't want to do it. They're scared of it. It's like it's like I'm trying to, when I talk about recruiting, I remember sometimes when I'm talking and sharing the opportunity to partner with me at like EXP, people run away because they've heard bad things about EXP. Well, people have this PTSD around recruiting and they have a misinterpretation of what it is. And so before you run away, I want to share with you what recruiting is not and what it is. And I'm going to give you a step-by-step process, a proven recruiting funnel blueprint that you can follow to attract, nurture, convert top agents without cold calling. So stick around so I can give you that. But I want you to realize anything that you have in your head that you think I don't need to recruit because I can tell you how recruiting solves that. And so, whatever those things are, I'm not saying recruiting is the only thing in your business, but I'm saying if you don't have recruiting in your business, the other things in your business are not going to be working as well as they could. As an example, what if you have agents that don't produce? You have agents that aren't producing. Any team leader right now, guess what? You have agents that aren't producing. That's just called real estate agents. There's something going on in their life. They're not doing the activity. They're not producing consistently. How do you fix that? You can beat your head against the wall trying to force a human being to change and do something they don't want to do, which is what most team leaders do, myself included. That was a trap that I was in. Or you can just go find other individuals that are hungry, that are motivated, that want to be a part of your team, that want to do the work that is required to follow your proven process. Bring them in the organization to not protect your culture, but to enhance and improve your culture. Because if you don't have performance as a part of your culture, then you don't truly have a culture. Great cultures have high performance. Yes, they get along. Yes, they have core values. Yes, they're friendly. Yes, they help each other. Yes, they contribute. But it starts with performance. And so you need high performers in your culture to have a great culture. And so as you're bringing in these people that are doing the work and following the proven process, what the amazing thing will happen, those agents that were stuck, those agents that were got away from the proven process, those agents that tried to outsmart the process or started skipping steps in the process because they started having a little success and they're riding the real estate roller coaster. They're going from 2 pendings to zero, from 4 pendings to zero because they're not doing it consistently. What they will see and observe, self-discovery is the highest form of someone. So when someone can self-discover, instead of you telling them what to do, if they can discover it by actually observing or noticing themselves, something else happening, now they own it and it is theirs. They want to do it for themselves instead of doing it because you said so. So I want to break down and give you a real life example of where that happens. So this, you bring in a new agent or two or 10, depending on your model. You bring in a new agent and you bring them with a new set of expectations, a new set of standards, a new set of activity, right? That is required. They start doing the thing. They show up, they do the thing, they follow the process. And then an amazing thing happens. They start getting appointments. Those appointments turn into under contracts. Those under contracts turn into closings. And guess what? Those stuck agents that are your OGs start looking around and saying, wow, where did this new agent, what are they doing that I'm not? And now they observe and they'll look at their leaderboards, they'll look at the activity, they'll look at the conversations, they'll look at these things in your business, and one of two things will happen. That agent will choose to step up or step out. Either one is a great thing for your business and for that agent. My hope and my true desire is that my agents choose to step up. But my team leader days and old leader Matt used to say, you know what? If you join, I was full of ego. If you join my organization, I will make you successful because my identity was tied to how successful my agents were. That's what validated me as a leader if my agents were successful. So instead of that, I've now pivoted to guess what? It is my responsibility as a leader to facilitate the environment, to give you the best opportunity to succeed. But the choice is yours. Will you follow the process? Will you lean in? Will you be accountable? Will you contribute? Will you follow our proven process to be successful? That is your choice, not mine. And whenever I let go of that and I gave that to the agent and it's on them to be successful, I started sleeping a lot better at night. And another crazy thing happened. We started growing and started expanding. And agents started actually growing together because what happens is a rising tide rises all ships. And so if you're struggling with agents not being as productive as you would like, a lot of people ask me, Matt, how do you have such high per person productivity? For those of you who don't know, our average agent in our organization last year, that was with us all year, made 400% of the median income for our area on a team split. So our agents produce a lot. But you know why? Number one, we have amazing people. We have an amazing culture. We have a lot of training. We have a lot of things that people think is the secret. But I'm going to tell you what the real secret is. We are consistently bringing in new people that are raising the bar of the activities, raising the bar of the expectations, and the standards in our organizations continue to rise. And that forces everyone else to come in every single day and chase the best version of themselves. You cannot do that consistently if you're not recruiting. You have to recruit. Recruiting solves all problems. I'll give you a couple other examples. So if you're listening to this and you're still not convinced, here's what I want you to realize. If your team isn't where you want to be right now, which I'm assuming all of you want to grow, that's why you're listening. Myself too. I'm never satisfied, right, with where I'm at. I always want to grow. But I want you to realize you don't just have a recruiting problem. You have a profit problem. You have a culture problem. You have a production problem. You have a standards problem. And you have an accountability problem. So it's not just recruiting. You want to increase your profit? Recruit. You want to improve your culture? Recruit. You want to increase your production? Recruit. You want to reinforce and enhance your standards? Recruit. You want to really re-engage and get people to commit and buy into accountability in your organization? Recruit. Recruiting is the lever that solves all of those. I'll give you stick around, guys. I'm gonna open this wound a little more and pour some salt in it, and then I'm gonna stitch it back up for you. I'm gonna show you how you can solve it, but I want you to really stay in this to understand the depth of the problem that we have when we just ignore recruiting. We ignore it because we're uncomfortable. We ignore it because we allow fear to get in the way because we don't think we know how to cold call. We don't want to cold call. We don't want to be that recruiter. I'm not asking you to be. I have a proven recruiting funnel blueprint that I will share with you. So again, a step-by-step system you can attract, nurture, convert top agents without cold calls. But I want you to really stay in this with me and really understand why it's important. Because most people don't understand it. And again, I'm in the trenches, so I see this from so many different angles. And so many people get stuck with it. And so let's go back to something I said. We allow fear to make our decisions for us. Team leaders, if your agent came to you right now and said, my one listing that I have, they overpriced it when I listed it, but I was desperate, so I listed it. And now they call me every single day. They're upset and they're not willing to do a price reduction. And it's always my fault. And I'm just spending all my time on this one seller on a listing that will never sell. What advice would you give them? Would you tell them, you know what? Yeah, you just got to keep dealing with that seller. Keep having the same conversation over and over and over again. And even if they're not willing to meet you halfway, if they're not willing to price it to where the market says it needs to be priced, if they're not willing to follow our proven process, which is why they hired us to begin with, then just Keep spinning your wheels with them? Or would you say, well, what lessons did we learn there? We probably could have set better expectations to begin with, but instead of wasting your time with this seller, tell them this is what I would do. Tell them we can either price it here or we can agree to move on. Because obviously you're not happy, but the market says we'll price it here. The market is saying this is what the market is telling us. And so if you can meet me halfway, we can get this done for you. But if you're not, I completely understand and we can cancel our agreement. I'll refer you to another great agent. And then spend all your time going and finding motivated sellers, people that actually want to follow your process, people that actually want to lean in and price and position the home appropriately so that you can have work with motivated sellers. If you're working with unmotivated sellers, it's a prospecting problem. If you're working with unmotivated agents, team leaders, this is for you. If you're working with unmotivated agents, it's a prospecting problem. Just like that agent is not prospecting sellers, you are not prospecting agents. I get asked all the time, Matt, how can I partner with you? I love what I learned in your podcast. I love what you said in this speech. I love the success that your team has created, and I want to be a part of it. I want to partner with you. How can I work with you? That our team has been with eXp Realty since 2018. And we love eXp for how the collaboration, the community, all the support they provide to our team and our business. And so if you're interested in learning how can I partner with Matt, what do the options look like? You can have coaching. I have a lot of free stuff like I'm giving you on this podcast, but there's so many other ways that we can partner together and we can be in alignment and we can collaborate and we can actually help you grow your business through a strategic partnership. Imagine being in financial alignment with the people that you looked up to, the people that you took advice from, and you actually work together to create a community where teams are working with each other and collaborating versus competing. So if this interests you, text me, partner, to 573-261-6778. I'm gonna share some other things with you. So here's just what I hear. Our splits are too high. Our cost of goods sold is too high. We're paying our agents too much. We're not making any money. But I also want to give our top producers that much because I feel like they've earned it, or I'm afraid to lose my top producers. And so I don't want to redo our splits. Well, how do you fix that? Recruiting. A lot of you right now are stuck in what I call the messy middle, and you're doing agent duties, you're the top producer, and you're the team leader. There's no profit. Maybe there is with your sales, but definitely not without it. I know, I talk to you guys. I get it. Recruiting will solve that. Bring in new people. Those of you that say, well, I can't bring in new people because my systems need to be perfect. I need to have the perfect onboarding. I need to have the perfect this. When's the last time anything in this crazy world of real estate in your business was perfect? It's never going to happen. You got to recruit. The next thing, what about standards? Do you have standards in your organization? Do you have standards and expectations of activity that needs to happen? What about new lead flow? What about open houses that you host? Whatever your proven process is, showing up to the meetings, showing up to whatever those things are. You can't uphold those standards if you don't have new agents coming in the door that actually do those things that reinforce it. Here's what happens. I know, I live this life. The OGs think they don't need the training anymore. They start working their sphere and they stop working your leads. What happens? How do you reinforce those standards? You can't blame the agent for working their sphere. They've built that. They've built the skill. Now, of course, we want to bring them back in. We want to coach them up. Do we want to be mad at them for getting business from people that know, like, and trust them? No, bring more business in. So how do we fix that? We bring in new people with new standards, right? What about wasted leads? We all have wasted leads. We all have leads and opportunities that don't get worked properly. Low energy. And here's the best explanation that if you don't recruit, here's the best explanation that I can give you. You are, as a team leader, you are the warden of a mental hospital. Let's just be real. Like people that have mental health problems. The crazy house. You are the warden of the crazy house as a team leader. And if you don't have recruiting dialed in, you are letting the patients run the asylum. Your agents are holding you hostage because you have not focused on the one thing you need to focus on as a leader, just like their one thing they need to focus on is recruiting buyers and sellers every single day, you need to focus on recruiting agents. It's the same thing. So if you feel held hostage in your company, like the patients are running the asylum, I hope you guys like that analogy. I think we all got to be a little crazy, especially to be a team leader, but to be in real estate, you got to be a little crazy. If you feel like that, it's because you don't have recruiting as a priority. The good news is you're not alone. And the good news is there's one solution that solves all those problems. Some real life examples. I wrote this down. I've got a brand new agent that started 45 days ago in our organization. He's at 21 listing appointments in the last 45 days. In his first 45 days on our team, brand new to the business. What do you think that did to our organization? What would that do to your organization? Bring in, all it takes is one. All it takes is one. And it resparks everybody, re-energizes, reinforces the belief in your leads. What's crazy is this guy wasn't even on new leads. So he's calling the old leads that the other agents ignored, said were bad. What can you do with that messaging as a team leader? Take your power back. All it takes is one. Next, last year, the agents we recruited last year sold 88 units for our organization. 88. Most of them didn't come until June, July, August, September. 88 closings from the new agents we recruited. And even more importantly, this is a number you need to know, team leaders. Company retained dollar. How much money are you retaining before your expenses from the agent's sales? Our new agents alone, $275,000 to our organization last year. $275,000 net to the team from new agents. Again, when I say net, it's probably gross is probably the correct term before expenses, but you get the point. $275,000 after agents are paid. Why aren't you recruiting? But wait, there's more. I just ran numbers for those same agents we recruited last year. So agents we recruited in 2024, so far this year, in the first quarter of this year, have closed 79 transactions. 79 in Q1. Why are you not recruiting? What I think about a lot is I think about, like, I tell people, hey, I want you to envision what your business would look like if you did add these recruits. What would your business look like if you did? But let's reverse engineer that. What would my business look like if I didn't? I would probably be those teams that are down 30, 50, 70%. What's crazy is because we recruit, our team now expects it. Our team encourages it. Our team helps us recruit because we realize that we can serve our mission of changing lives in our communities because we're better together. We bring in better people. I don't mean it that way. I didn't, they're not better. What I mean is that we bring in people in a better way. We bring in people that we make sure they're a great culture fit and they're going to enhance the culture, not protect it. If you're in protection mode, you got problems. Let's talk to you culture police for a minute, because I was this person. I had an amazing culture, and I think I had 12 agents, and we were selling 600 homes a year. We were crushing. Navy SEAL 101. Like, there's not many teams that were doing it at the level that we were. And I was out of production at that point. So we were elite. I only have two of the agents left, two or three of the agents left on my team that were with me at that point. What would have happened if I had not focused on recruiting? Where would I be? See, life happens. People move on. You left someone to get to where you're at. As a leader, I've learned a lot. For another podcast, I've learned a lot of lessons, and it was my leadership that caused some of that. And I've built different things and systems and processes that I coach other team leaders to do to have a better retention plan. By the way, part of your recruiting, the first part of your recruiting is to re-recruit your current agents. If they had a choice with all options on the table, would they still choose you? They better. And you better treat it that way. Re-recruiting your current agents or quote unquote retention is part of your recruiting strategy, the most important part. But you need to recruit new agents. I hope you guys get the point at this point. So here's why I think I'm going to give you 7 reasons. Excuse me. I'm going to give you, how about that for real and raw? We're not even going to edit that out. I'm going to give you 7 reasons why I think team leaders don't recruit. Number 1, they don't know how. No one ever showed you a process. You're just making it up as you go. Number 2, you think recruiting is cold calling. You hated cold calling when you were an agent, and now you're avoiding it as a leader. Number 3, you don't know what to say. You fumble the conversation, you wing it, you try to sell instead of making a connection, building a relationship. Number 4, you're uncomfortable. But aren't you preaching to your agents to get uncomfortable every single day? You ever heard of a hypocrite? Number 5, you don't follow up. You treat recruiting like I'm going to go for the kiss on the first date. I'm going to close them on this first call and I feature and benefit, dump them, and then they ghost me. And then you think they don't want to join. No, they don't want to join because you sold them. You made it about you and not about them. Number 6, you haven't built a recruiting machine. You haven't built a system that has consistent recruiting hand raisers delivered to you daily. So it's always a grind. You feel like you're starting from zero on day one. What I'm going to teach you is how to build a funnel so that people, just like you do with your buyer and seller business, very few of you actually cold call. What you do is you bring them into your funnel, into your system, whether it's open houses, whether it's events, whether it's sphere of influence, whether it's past clients, whether it's online leads. It does not matter. You bring them into your funnel, into your machine. I'm calling it a funnel for this purpose. You bring them into your funnel and then you engage them, you nurture them. And as they show more and more activity, you build more and more relationship, you help them buy or sell real estate. The same process applies for agents, and I'm going to teach you how to do it. So you're making warm calls. And honestly, people will reach out to you if you do this right. Number 7, you're stuck in the day to day. You're worried about production. You're worried about ops. You're still putting out fires, and recruiting always gets pushed to tomorrow, and then tomorrow never comes. All right, now let's get solutions. I'm going to give you guys things that you can actually apply. Are you a real estate team leader that is frustrated dealing with unproductive agents, loss of revenue, market shifts, or maybe you feel like I've felt and beating your head against the wall trying to grow your team or maybe even keep your team together? Well, good news, I may have your solution. Matt Smith here with Matt Smith Real Estate Group. I'm also partnered with John Cheplack and Cheplack Life Coaching. For the last 2 years, I've coached team leaders across North America, helping them reach and exceed their goals and grow their business. One of the things that I found is most important, and I've got personally coaching with John Cheplack, is learning the leadership language and learning how to become a better leader and apply those principles in my organization. I believe in contribution and giving back to this industry that's given so much to me. So if you like what you hear on this podcast and you feel like you're in alignment with some of the things that I share here for free, but you want a little bit more, you want to learn more, you want some more guidance, you want some more tactics, some more strategies, send me a text. Text Discovery Call to 573-261-6778. Number 1, top of funnel. I call this awareness and attraction. How do you gain awareness that you are trying to grow? How do you attract people, your avatar, to your organization? It's very simple. Educational and value-driven content, videos, social media, emails, free trainings, etc. You've got to give. How do you lead generate for buyers and sellers? Do you provide them value? Do you do market updates? It's the same process, guys, just a different avatar. What about stories and testimonials of current agents' success? Do you have agents that are winning? Do you have an agent that has ever won? Have you heard of an agent winning? Do you know a process that works really, really well? Tell that story, and it will attract other people that relate to that story. Just like you do with a successful seller that you sold in the first day on market for $25,000 over asking price. You tell that story. Why don't you tell your agent's stories? Those are a couple tips. So the goal of the top of the funnel is to get agents to see you, learn from you, and believe that you can help them grow. Give them an experience of what it will be like if they join before they join. Give them an experience of what it will be like if they join before they join. Number two, middle of funnel. This is where you capture leads and you nurture them. This is where their interest turns into curiosity. So weekly value add to your agent avatar. I'll give you a month's worth of content you can run and repeat. Number one, what is the topic you shared with your agents in the sales meeting this week? Share it with your audience. Well, Matt, I don't want to give away my secrets. Contribution wins, guys. Week number two, success story of someone on your team. We already talked about this, but I'm giving this in a systematic way, right? Week number three, highlight a problem or struggle that your team is dealing with in the marketplace and provide a simple solution. Pain, pleasure, right? And number four, business building tip. It can be a script that you use. It could be marketing tip, how you generate these leads, what a business plan, a quarterly review, a business building tip of some sort. And you nurture them. There's more to that, but that's the simple version. And then you got bottom of the funnel. And this is where the real conversations happen. Be careful here. Once you have built relationship, you've provided value, don't turn this into a pitch fest. This isn't about you. It's about them and their goals. You are the guide. Allow them to be the hero of their own story. Well, who do I call? Number one, the people that are replying to your emails. Number two, if they're watching your videos and commenting on social, that's where I would start. What about people that have opened 3 out of the last 5 emails you've sent? That's a pretty good person to call. So you're calling hand raisers, just like you do in your real estate business, but you got to provide value first. You got to provide value first. I want you to focus on this. Be more valuable than their current leader so that one of two things happens over time. Number one, they see value in what you provide and decide to join you. Or number two, something happens at their current place and you are their natural first choice. I just want to be in second place. So there's a framework of a recruiting funnel. I actually have this in a download that's way more detailed that I'm giving away for free. I'll put the link in the bio and all the sessions here, so you can click that link and you can download that for free. And it'll give you a framework of what this looks like. But I just wanted to give you guys the biggest tip that I see right now. And again, I want to close it with this. The teams that are winning at the highest level, what are they doing every single day? They're focused on recruiting. Now, it doesn't mean they bring in 50 agents a day. No. But what if your business had a line out the door of people that wanted to join you when you were ready? And you got to choose the better quality agents, the ones that were more hungry, the ones that were a better fit, because you recruited every single day, treating it just like you do your real estate business. And instead of having to deal with that unmotivated seller, you have 5 motivated sellers to choose from. And you get to choose, do I want all 5 or just the top 1, top 2? If you treat your recruiting business just like that, now you will have a proven, sustainable system to grow. And I promise you, if you recruit consistently, it is the best insurance policy that you can buy for your business. You are no longer held hostage. And I don't care what the problem is you are facing in your organization right now, recruiting will solve it. So get this free download, guys. I spent a lot of time building this for you, and I'm always here to help. Reach out. The free download will be, I'll put a link available wherever you're watching this on all the platforms. There'll be a link in the description and the comments, wherever it is, a link for you to download this. I hope this helps. If you apply this, I know this will help. I want you to win at a high level, and this is the secret to get you there. As always, guys, I appreciate you listening. I do this to give back, so please share this with a friend. Share this with someone that needs to hear this message. There is someone that you know right now that is struggling. There's a team leader that has lost money every month this year that you know. There's a team leader that their sales are down 50% year over year. There's a team leader that is struggling right now. They need to hear this message. Send it to them. Let's help them, and we're better together. There is a way to win, guys, and this is the way, and I'm here to help you. Thank you so much for all that you do. Appreciate your support, and we'll see you guys next week.